Well, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to balance the OnePlus Pad on my stomach, because technically speaking, this is what we do with the pads. We will always keep it on very comfortable positions and stand type. This is what which can happen on the Apple, because that magnetic keypad, you can really adjust it, but you have to pay a bomb for that. You have to pay close to 1,50,000 for a nice configuration magnetic pad on the Apple iPad Pro. And the OnePlus does everything very good except working on the stomach. For that, maybe you need a six-pack app. But when it comes to typing on the desk, then this one really is your workhorse. I'm very glad that we have finally one pad which can be touted as an iPad killer, because this, at the price point, altogether it would cost you about 50,000 rupees overall for the keypad, for the pencil, and a tablet size, which is a very unusual size. A ratio of 7:5 is not common, but this is such a practical and such a nice size to have. I've been playing with it for the last 1 week, and I can tell you that this is simply a very good tablet to have. Now, there are some issues with the OnePlus Pad. There's never a perfect world, there's never a perfect gadget in this world. Issue number one, this comes with a 67-watt Superbook charger, and when we tested, it only gave us 30% charging in 30 minutes. So that's issue number one. Issue number two, that what happens is that when you have a face lock, it doesn't really work very seamlessly. We've had a lot of issues with the face unlock thing. Apart from that, in terms of screen resolution, in terms of battery life, in terms of typing, in terms of watching video, sound quality, everything is spot on. Let's get on with the review one by one. Now, this is really very smooth to work. If you want to go to your mailbox and send mails, you see it really works very smooth. You can type from here, you can type from there. Both of them are good. Now, if you want to read a magazine, if I go to Maxter, but the moment you try to read the magazine, it also is a very good form factor, because I think typically magazines have shapes like that. And let's go and look at Exhibit, for instance. And when you flip the pages, it just takes the shape of a page. This is so nice. So if you're reading a newspaper or reading a book, this is so flawless. This is so flawless. This is the beautiful part about it. Now, let me show you sound quality of this. And if you go to any of these apps, you can see the refresh rate is very nice. And if I want to listen to music, this is sound quality. I'm going to put the mic very close to this, and I can increase the volume more. And this is pretty loud. You can see. So this is one good part about this. But when I'm doing a Zoom, for example, if I go to a Zoom, if I want to do a meeting, you can see my cameraman with me right now. This is how the Zoom interface looks like. You can see the cameraman Nikhil, who's doing the shoot right now. But the problem is that this is not going to stand like this. It will stuck like this. So that means you're always watching upwards. Now, these two things are pretty complicated, which could not be solved, because if this was like an Apple iPad on a higher spec, you can really adjust the screen the way you want to do it. You can play with it. It's very, very solid space. Now, you're paying 3 times the money. So of course, there is an issue in that. Now, if you see everything else, now even if Netflix you want to watch, the screen resolution is very vibrant. The build quality is very premium. The camera quality in the front and the rear both are good. So you're looking at a very nice shape. I love this screen. I love this color also. This is a very nice color to have. It also comes with a pencil, which we'll see in some time. Now let's move to the next one. OnePlus is venturing into the tablet arena for the first time, and this has got 2.5D round edge unified metal body design, which hasn't been done before. It has a very small bezel, 6.7 mm bezel, and it allows 88% screen to body ratio for an immersive visual experience. This color is called the Hello Green color, and it's really inspired by the natural world. Camera here is placed in the center as opposed to other usual top placements in tablets, which means that when you're watching something or you want to capture something on the go, this can get you a very good positioning. Now this comes with a 128 gig storage and 256 gig of storage, but this does not come with a 512 GB and 1 terabyte. Yes, I say 1 terabyte because if you're downloading 4K movies in high resolution, if you have to keep the movies, if you want to go to a very long trip to Bahamas, what do? Then you have a storage problem. You have to keep deleting. And this kind of storage, this kind of files really gets used very fast. If you download some games, if you want to play them games, all of that requires storage. So then it limits you from doing a lot of things. But the most interesting and the USP of the OnePlus Pad is that it has 144 Hz of refresh rate, which is not there in any Android tablet in the world. As least I don't know. If you know, please drop in the comments. So that makes OnePlus Pad a very, very fast and vibrant screen size to play with. This is the first time a OnePlus has actually launched the pad, so they've gone all out for that. It also has a 9510 mAh battery, and it's really lasted me a good all day of a lot of working. In fact, one day I did without my laptop and I could get away with it. It's very good to show presentations, to watch videos with your colleagues, and even the airplane. It really does the job very well. So it also has a very nice feature which kicks in when the distance between OnePlus phone and the pad is around 1 to 5 meters, and the pad by default gains access to the 5G signal of a user's smartphone. You see, everyone is trying to create an ecosystem. They're all trying to become Apple. So OnePlus phone, OnePlus Pad and OnePlus Buds, everything becomes an ecosystem. But well, these are things that you have to give to the brand because of course you want to cross-sell each other, and why not? It's totally understood. But I have used this with my Apple device also, and it worked pretty well. So the front camera consists of 8 megapixel front camera, and there's a 13 megapixel back camera. To be honest, there's not much use of a back camera because you won't really go out shooting nice pictures or do an advertising campaign with that. You need a good front camera for your zoom, for your video calls. For that, they have a decent camera, and both lenses are capable of shooting in 30 frames per second, which can be restricting for some users. And this pencil also comes with it. You can always take it like this and use it when you want to use it. It is quite a nice experience to use the pencil. You can really draw things, and all of that thing is very nice. Now, one interesting thing is that the screen size is 11.61 inches screen, which is also the industry's first ever 7:5 ratio, which I discussed in the past. The display resolution is 2800 into 2000, making it a 2K display. However, it's not AMOLED. Now, decide for yourself. Do you want a good price point or do you want an AMOLED display? You can't get both, correct? In terms of accessories, you have the OnePlus Pad pencil and this keyboard. You also get a case, which if in case you don't require the keyboard, and this works very intuitively. It's very nice. If you take it out and you just plug it in, it completely connects and you can start typing. So this is like good to go. This tablet is priced at 37,999 for the 8 gig RAM, and for 256 gig maxed out you have to pay 40,000, 39,999. And then you have this magic keyboard. It's really magical. That's going to cost you 8,000, and this pencil would cost you 5,000. So overall, it would cost you 40,000 for the top variant, plus 8,000 plus 5,000, which makes it a whole together a package of 53,000, and you have a very, very nice tablet at your disposal. Yes, I would like to summarize that I really have not much to pick from, and I've used the MI Pad, I've used the other pads including the Lenovo, and I found that this is a real answer to the iPad in the Android ecosystem. Even the Samsung S Tab is on the expensive side. Now that's of course it's a very good work in terms of specs, is right there, but when you see the price versus the features versus this really makes all the cut. Just like when they used to do the smartphone, they used to come with a phone which has a lot of features and they priced it just right. I think this pad is in that category. The more I've used it, the more I'm beginning to like it, and the more I begin to think that maybe the Apple, if you don't have the ecosystem, you can live with it. Do drop on the comments what do you think of the OnePlus Pad, or do you think that you will go with the competition from the MI, from the Oppo, from the Vivos of the world, or you think the Apple is Apple, of course. But whatever you say, do drop in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.